Um, I, I, what the duck, right? Right? You guys, I don't know if you caught the last little live I did like 2 hours ago, right? Cecil and I go to Universal Movie Theater to watch Crime 101. I thought it was a great movie. It was good. It's my suspense crime movies. I love them. I watch them all the time, right? So anyway, I'm in the movie theater. We got there a little earlier. Cecil and I had discussed going to the movies while he was on the phone, what time it started, bought the tickets while he was on the phone with me, knew what time we were going. So we get there a little early to the movie theater, right? A little early to the movie theater. And we have a seat and we share popcorn and I wanted more popcorn. So I said, I'm going to go get my free refill because I have an AMC, membership, right? So I go back out into the lobby and I swear to you, 2 feet in front of me, I turn around and John Branca is standing right there. I was like, oh my God. I was like, John Branca, oh my God. And he was like, hi. I was like, Pearl, oh my God. And he didn't know what to do. And he was like, oh, this is my wife. So he introduces me to his wife. He likes them tall, thin, and he likes them with a part in the middle and a little wave hair. Okay? It's not the black girl that I thought he was with when I posted a couple years ago. It was another woman, not a black girl, white girl. Right? And I was just in shock that John Branca was there, in shock that he was there, that I ran into him at the Universal AMC movie theater. So before I got back on live again, I decided that I was going to take pictures. So I took more pictures in front of the Michael posters. One with Cecil I posted, another one with me. So you guys can post your pictures with John Branca too. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. With the Michael poster too. My mind is still blown how I ran into John Branca. Either I'm being followed or it's just a coincidence. But what a coincidence. What a freaking coincidence, right? To run into John Branca like that. Oh my God, it's so crazy. Anyway, I was thinking about going live earlier today because I'm reading over. Okay. There's several reasons why I don't believe that Michael's a child molester. Okay, there's a couple reasons. One of them is a really big reason. Is because I was credentialed media who sat inside the 2005 trial in which Michael was acquitted, 14 out of 14 counts. And it took the jury 7 days, 7 full days, okay, of deliberations to come back and say that he was not guilty, 14 out of 14 counts. And they say Michael Joe Jackson found not guilty, 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 not guilty of any type of kidnapping, child molestation, giving alcohol to a minor, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. And it wasn't quick. 7 full days. That means, and Michael's lucky number 7, right? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So the reason why is because I did a documentary called Michael Jackson, The Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop, which ended up being distributed by Warner Brothers. Okay. So let me show you guys the DVD cover to that. And it ended up being distributed by Warner Brothers, a deal that Joe Jackson told me he wanted to buy it. And he said, I need another documentary. And I was like, why? He said, well, a family member took it. I think Angel said that, or no, Joe said that. Joe told me that he needed another one because I gave him one. So the family member was, of course, Michael, right? So anyway, the trial, MJ trial. No, what is it? Trial and Triumph? What is that one? Hold on. Let me look at my on demand. I can't even find it. Where are all my videos? Okay. MJ Trial and Triumph. Hold on, guys. I'll show you the DVD cover. Anyway, I explained why Michael was found not guilty. Okay. And so that's a main reason why I don't believe that he's a child molester, because of the facts. The facts proved through a jury of his own peers that he was not a child molester. Okay, so this is the one. So Michael Jackson, the trial and triumph of the King of Pop. Yeah, MJ trial. I don't know why it didn't come up. Okay, so, oh, where is it? Where's the DVD cover? Okay, so here it is here. Okay, if you guys want to watch it, it's on my Michael Jackson Insider website, and you can link to it, okay? The Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop. That's why I don't believe he's a molester, because I've heard testimony, and he didn't molest those kids, okay? Another reason why, because Jordy Chandler and the father had already tried to extort money out of Michael, the 93 allegations, tried to extort money out of Michael because Michael wouldn't give him money to finance his Men in Tights 2, which was a comedy by Mel Brooks. Okay. He was a dentist and he wanted to be a screenwriter, a movie maker. And, so he decided that he was going to, since Michael was friends with Jordy and his mama and their daughter, June, the mother was June, and she was beautiful. Oh my God. Michael had a crush on her. That's what came out in the trial. That Michael had a crush on her and just kind of bonded with the kids to try to get close to her, because Michael's really, really shy. Okay. So that's kind of how that got all mixed up. And the father got jealous and he wanted money, and Michael said no. And then he said he'd get the money from him one way or the other. Then he gave his son some kind of drug, and was supposed to be some truth serum. And they found out that, and the kid supposedly testified, the pictures to the penis did not match. That what the kid said, it did not match, okay? And people say it matched. Yeah, okay. Oh, we're going to go take pictures of Michael in the nude, and we're going to, if the penis matches, we're not going to arrest him. If the penis matched, we're not going to arrest him. Come on. They were looking for it to match, his description to match, so they could arrest Michael Jackson. They didn't, because Jordy Chandler never saw his movie. Wade and James, I did videos called The 60 Lies of Leaving Neverland. First I did the 40 lies, and I found more 60 lies of Leaving Neverland. How, Wade, didn't get the job that he wanted for the choreographer to MJ1, or the director to be in the MJ1 show. And he got mad. Okay, he got mad. Or was it The Immortal? It might have been The Immortal, one of the shows. And I think it was MJ1. It was MJ1. Okay, and he got mad, and he decided to write this salacious book. He couldn't find anybody to publish it, and then it ended up being that he went and got charges. He went, and how did it go from no book, the lawsuit? That's what he did. He filed the lawsuit. Once he filed the lawsuit, then the media found out. And there's a lot of people that want kids to be molested. Okay. There's a lot of people that are like, come on, he's a pedo. Why do you want kids to be molested? I mean, come on. Okay. James had defended Michael for many, many, many years. Right. And then when James was on his talk show circuit, he was pretty much, Ole Oxenfree, all you kids who hung out with Michael, let's gang up on him. Come on. We're going to all get paid. Everybody come and say he molested you. And if enough of us come, then, it's going to seem more real. It's going to seem more true. And that's what happened. So then James decided to join the fraud. Okay. James Safe Truck. And that trial is supposed to be sometime this year, I think. July of this year, I think. I haven't looked it up more, but I think it's July of this year, right? And so James joined in, right? And then we found out later that Frank Casio, okay, joined in. Okay, Frank Casio joined in, right? But we didn't find that out until earlier, late last year, right? Last quarter last year. But they had paid him off, but he had taken down the estate in 2019, right after Leaving Neverland came out, and decided, yeah, it's a good time to say he molested me too, right? So they paid, I think, Frank, I can't keep it up. And then Eddie, remember the 3 supposed fake songs that were supposed to be recorded in their basement? It was at the Casio's house. So Michael was friends with the Casios. Michael was friends with the Safe Chucks. Michael was friends with James Safe Chuck's family. Michael was friends with the Robeson. The Robeson was a little different, okay, because they were from Australia. They left the daddy. They left the daddy to come chase after Michael. And here they are saying that they were molested. They left their kid there while they went to the Grand Canyon. I mean, come on. Why would you leave your 7, 8-year-old with a stranger? You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if it's Michael Jackson or not. You don't leave your kid for a day or days or weeks or whatever with a stranger. You just don't. Okay? And why does the kid, if he was molested, why does the kid keep wanting to go back? There's footage of Wade outside of somewhere where Michael was with a card. Okay? And this was after he's supposed to have been molested. Okay? And he said, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Well, then why are you chasing after Michael? Why are you chasing after him if you didn't like it? Okay? It's just so absurd. Just so many lies. Okay. So now let's talk about the newest one, the Casios. Okay? The lawsuit is out. And I can choose to buy it. I know where it's at. But do I really want to read child porn? Because that's what it is. It's going to be child porn. Okay? I'm not interested in the salacious, nasty, grotesque details of that. Okay? I'm just not interested. Okay? But I did read the articles of the people who wrote about it, like People Magazine, Variety, and TMZ, or whoever else. Okay. So, supposedly, the Casios, they traveled with Michael. The parents traveled with Michael. And the parents and the kids, and there's 2 boys and a girl, as far as I know, and a mother and a father. Michael befriended them because the father was an executive at the Hemsley Palace, which is a bougie hotel in New York. So Michael liked the family life. He grew up where his family all traveled together. His real family traveled together, and he likes to have families around. You know, he gets lonely and he likes to have families, and Michael's a little immature. You know, he's not, this super, off the stage kind. His on the stage is where he puts all his greatness. Okay, off the stage, he's probably a little boring, a little quiet, shy, and a bit silly. Okay, silly, childlike. You know what I mean? And but you put him on that stage, boy, or you put some creativity, boy, he gonna shine, right? Brighter than all of them, right? So anyway, so now the sister, she's like, well, I want some money too. Right? So she's saying Michael molested her too. And the sister is saying that Michael molested her up to like 2005, 2006 in Bahrain. Right? So we're talking about from the 90s, so 15 years, from the 90s to 2000, 2006, 16 years. Okay? My whole thing is you lied somewhere. There's definitely lies told. With Wade and James, same thing. Lies, okay? If Michael was molesting you at Elton John's house, and I think they picked Elton John on purpose because Elton said that Michael had mental issues, right? Or he was disturbed or something. What did Elton say about Michael Jackson? Hold on. Elton. What did Elton John say about Michael Jackson? Okay. Was a disturbing person. He was disturbing. He was disturbed. He was a disturbing person. He said genuinely mentally ill. Okay. So they picked Elton John, hoping Elton John's going to come to their rescue, right? And they picked Liz Taylor, who's dead, who can't testify. Now, the lawsuit didn't mention if they knew about the molestation or not. These are just places that they really went with Michael. That's all that is. All these places that they supposedly were, okay, molested, are places that they all went together, okay? Now, what I'm thinking, I saw this picture of the Casios, photo of the Casios with Michael Jackson. Okay, let's see. I'm going to see, here it is. Okay. Where is it? Oh, here it is. This is the one I like. Okay. So, let me tell you something. If Michael was molesting you, okay, starting when you were like 6 or 7 years old, 7, 8, somewhere in there, why would you're aiding and abetting a criminal if you don't tell on him, right? And you know other kids are hanging around them. Okay? See? These are the Casios, right? And there's little Prince and little Paris, right? There's Michael. There's the father. There's the big Casio. I think that one's Frank. That's the daughter. And one of them is Frank and Eddie Casio. Okay? So, you see that he has kids. You know they're not his biological kids. Even if they were. So, you're an accomplice. You're aiding and abetting a criminal. And somebody needs to bring charges up against Wade and James for not telling that Michael was molesting kids, because they allowed the molester to keep molesting because they were defending the molester. Even when the cops came, even when the law came, they still defended, wrote books, how wonderful Michael is, went in front of cameras, said how wonderful Michael is, said how Michael was the greatest God, he was misunderstood, he would never harm a child, right? Okay? So you are aiding and abetting a known, if it was true, a known child molester, because you're allowing him to continue to molest and you know he's around other kids. Right? And you are an accomplice, okay? Because you allowed it to go on. You see him with them two little kids. If somebody was molesting me, I'd be scared to death when I saw another little kid with him. I'd be terrified when I saw the guy that was molesting me with other little kids. Now he got the little kids with him 24/7 in his house. And you just, oh, nothing. Oh, we're all a happy family. Oh, nothing's going on. Michael's great. He's wonderful. And they're saying he molested all of them. he molested all of them, right? All the Casios he molested, right? That's what they're saying. That's what they're alleging, right? And you allow this molester to be around other children all the time. And you did nothing. You said nothing. That's aiding and abetting. That's an accomplice. That's an accessory to the crime, because you knew what was going on because it happened to you and you did nothing to help other children. Okay? Somebody needs to bring charges up against Wade, James, and the entire Casio family. And the Casios signed an NDA where they signed over their life rights to their Michael Jackson story to the estate. Right? When they first decided they're going to get together and get in their little sewing circle and say Michael molested them. Right? The girl said, I want some money too, so I got to be molested too. Okay? There was one other girl that decided that she was going to join Wade and James back in 2019 to 2020, right? She dropped her case. She said there was some payoff check or something. She dismissed. She said, I'm gone. It ain't gonna work. So she's out. So now we got this girl saying she molested too. Okay, boys and girls have different equipment. Holes and sockets, right? They got sockets and plugs. Excuse me. They got sockets and plugs. Girls got plugs. The guys have, no, excuse me, my bad. The guys have the plugs because they be poking, right? The girls got the socket. The girls got the socket where the plug goes in the socket, right? So there's different equipment, right? It's not just children molesting children, just children. And that's not it. They either want the equipment of a boy or they want the equipment of a girl. But now they saying Michael's just so reckless. He did it at Liz's house. He did it at Elton John's house. He did it all over the world. He did it to all of them. And nobody said anything. None of this time. Knowing that these two, knowing that those two little tiny little babies were with him 24/7. And they said nothing. Now, Prince and Paris never said Michael molested them. But if they don't get their money, who knows? Now, every single one of them gets the money, not the law. Okay, they go get the money first. We want the money. We want some of that money. Okay? We want some of that money. Even though in the Casios, when their 5-year little deal, $390,000 times 5 years each year, right? Or was it 690,000? It was a lot of money per year for 5 years. When that ran out, dang, that money was good. I need some more of that. All right, how we do this? Okay, because Michael's going to be weak because he already got the Wade and James thing. We already know that. We can go back in and get some more money. This is a straight up extortion. And you know why else I know Michael is innocent? Because this guy named Victor Gutierrez, Mambla, Man Boy Association, gay guy, okay, sick in his head, accused Michael of all kind of nasty shit. Excuse my language. I don't care. I said it. Okay? Everybody cuss online now. It don't matter. Right? All kind of nasty stuff. Michael sued him. He said there was a tape of Michael having sex with a child. Right? Michael sued for the tape. And there's no way you can get a tape of Michael with any child and have that excluded from court. Because any tape with any child is illegal having sex. Any child. Okay, so when Michael sued dude for the tape, Michael knew there was no tape that existed because he wouldn't have sued for a tape if he did it. Because he's reckless. He's all over the world. He's molesting all kind of kids. And he's molesting them at Havenhurst. He's molesting them in the United Kingdom. He's molesting them at Elton John's house. He's molesting them with Liz in Liz Taylor's house. He's molesting them everywhere. All the kids he's molesting. And then he sues for a tape? No, that means he didn't do it, because the only way you know that a tape don't exist is if you did not do it ever. Okay? This whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. Oh, there's video. Oh, I'm sure Jeffrey has video. They ain't even told us that there's video. Because you know Jeffrey's house was wired because he was Mr. Blackmail King. Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, some nasty stuff. And that thing about Michael's name, that's another Michael A. Jackson. That's a construction worker. That's not our Michael Jackson. Michael happened to meet him because they were looking for houses, this, that, and the other. He's the king of pop. Can we take a picture? Sure. Chit. Like he always takes pictures. He didn't know what Jeffrey Epstein was up to. And Jeffrey Epstein was into teenage girls. Okay? Not into little boys that Michael was supposedly into. Little boys. Okay? But now we got a little girl. And he wanted to molest her while he's in Dubai in Bahrain. Okay? I mean, it's absurd. It's absurd. Michael would have never, ever, ever, ever sued the guy who said there was a tape and said, bring me the damn tape. Because any tape of him and any child would have put him in jail. Okay? So this whole thing, you guys got to realize that no matter how many kids, they all just trying to gang up and take advantage of an opportunity, especially the Achilles heel when there's so much money and so much invested and so much time, so many great actors, so many wonderful people who have worked on the Michael biopic, and that's getting ready to go out. Right? That's getting ready to come out. That it's less than 2 months now. Okay, it's, let's see, 7 weeks. Okay, because we got 4 weeks in March and 3 weeks in April. So 7 weeks is coming out. So they decided that they're going to sue. The arbitration is still going on, I believe. The arbitration, which is, did they break the confidentiality agreement? Well, there's no... you can't, they said the one thing that negates or voids out an NDA is illegal activity. So that's supposed to still be going on. But meanwhile, they filed a lawsuit because they're trying to shake him down, embarrass him. It's absurd. Okay? It's absurd. Michael was so reckless. Let me just molest all the kids. Let's molest them at strangers' houses. Let's molest them in every country. Let's molest them and molest them everywhere. All over my house. All over your house. This is all absurd. And then Michael gonna sue for a tape? The reason why he knew there was no tape because he didn't do it. Okay? But me running into John Branca today at the movie theater. And he wasn't seeing the Michael movie theater ain't out. They was going to the movies. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So you guys don't lose the faith. Michael is innocent. And it doesn't matter who else comes out there looking for a payday. And I believe the DA should charge them not only for extortion attempts, but for aiding and abetting a known child molester. Because it's one or the other. Either you aided and abetted a child molester, or you weren't molested. You want jail time, right? You want jail time? Because I think John Branca needs to go to the DA. Matter of fact, I might call the DA tomorrow myself. Leave a message. Write the DA and say, why don't you charge them with being accomplices? Aiding and abetting a criminal. Defending a criminal. Saying the criminal never did nothing and knowing that they're with children. And I'm going to send this picture with Prince and Paris as little kids. I'd be terrified if I was being molested and I saw him with other kids. I'd be terrified for those kids. I'd be just, oh my God, I'd have to tell somebody. Rescue them, rescue those kids, rescue Wade James. Don't let them out on the street. Don't let them around any more children, please. But no. Let's wait after the death announcement. So we ain't got to face him that we're pieces of shit, that he loved us, but we were pieces of shit, right? So we're going to wait till after the death announcement, right? Okay? We're going to wait till after. And then we'll just sue the estate because it's just money and Michael's dead. So, you know. But, we know that Michael's not dead. Okay, we know that Michael's not dead. I'm not gonna read that. I don't think I want to read it. I really don't. You know, watching Leaving Neverland was excruciating, but I watched it because I wanted to report on it. Okay, and I wanted to find all those lies that they told. Okay, Cecil and I will be working on Alive 5 again tomorrow. Got a few great things that I'm going to put in it. And, it's on track. My son is going to be working on some music. And so is Cecil, some music. And Matt is going to be finishing the cover, to the DVD. I showed you guys the cover in case you missed it. Where is it? Let's hear. It's here. Where is it? The cover. Oh, Paris and Debbie hanging out. What the hell is that all about? People are like, oh, it's so lovely. It's so beautiful. Nah, they up to no good. With Paris suing the estate and then Prince and BG joining in. Yeah, we want an audit of all the money being spent. Yeah. Why? Because they're 24 and they're aged out and they want to see if they can get some more money from age up to 24. BG's the last one to turn 24 and he turned 24 a week ago. Okay? A week ago. So, what's up with that? And then Debbie and Paris hanging? Oh, no. You know they're going to chit-chat about not more than, oh, mommy, I love you. You got to talk. You're going to be gossiping about Michael. Paris probably digging for some kind of, I don't know. I think they conspiring. That's what I think. I think they're conspiring. That's what I think. Okay? And what is up with Paris and the apple? It's so damn disrespectful. Her eating that apple as if she's all that. Or is she saying, you, my followers, you fans, you're so stupid. I can eat an apple and you won't stop watching me. I think that's what she's saying. I can eat an apple and you won't stop watching me. Or another fan said maybe she's taunted Michael because he called all kids Applehead, or that was his nickname, Applehead. Maybe she's like, go eat off of this, Michael. Eat off of this, Michael. Applehead. I'm just saying, which one is it? Okay. I don't trust Debbie hanging with Paris. I don't trust it. Okay. So what's another thing? Anything else going on? Neil Sedaka. He passed away. Rest in peace, Neil. Rest in peace. And I think that's it. I think that is it. I couldn't get a picture of John Branca because you really, in private places, even though the movie theater is a public place, I just didn't want to take a picture. I have enough pictures with me and John Branca. You guys seen them. They're on my website at michaeljacksoninsider.com. I know Branca. Branca knows me. Okay? There's something else going on behind the scenes that I can't tell y'all about just yet. Can't tell you. Can't tell y'all about just yet. But I'll get to it when the time is right. But running in, is it a coincidence? Do you guys think it's a coincidence running into John Branca at the movie theater on a Monday night? What do you think? We weren't watching the same movie. He was watching, I think, Hail Mary, maybe. I don't know. Another movie. Because there was a special screening of some movie, some other movie, but it wasn't the Michael movie. As far as I know. I mean, I asked. I asked two people. So I don't know. But he sure enough was there with his new wife. All right, guys. Until next time. But back to me running into John Branca. What the duck? I will talk to you next time. Keep Michaeling.